Hey everybody, welcome in. Welcome. I was just fixing my mic here a little bit. It was a little loose. I always bang it around when I'm doing my pre-show stuff. So welcome in. Happy Saturday. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend. It is the 23rd today? Yep, Saturday the 23rd of November. Almost Turkey Day. Maybe you guys are getting ready for next week. That's what you might be doing. Maybe. And welcome in. It's good to see everybody. Feels like it's been a while since I've been on, but it was just last night. I think it's because I didn't come on today. I saw that everybody and their brother was playing the interview for Seth. And well, it wasn't really an interview, it was his live, but I was like, I'm not even going to jump on. I was like, I'll just go and do some things I needed to get done today. And then maybe I could do a live tomorrow during the day because I just had some stuff I had to do. Just nothing important. Nothing too important. But hey, Dark Willow, how are you? Hey, Mike. Hey, Catherine. I see the whole crew's in here. DM, Captain Ganja's in here. We got Stephanie. Welcome in. Hey, Ladybug. How are you doing? New grandson. Oh my gosh. Dark Willow, you'll have to send him to my email. I'll have to put it up on there for you. Oh, what's his name? How old is he? Oh, I wish my brother would have another kid. They're done. They've been done. I'm like wishing on him. I'm like, I wish it on him. They make the prettiest babies. Oh, my love's name is Justin Derrick, and he's 4 pounds 9 ounces, so really healthy. Always a little guy. They always say the little ones, they grow up to be the biggest ones. We look at us. We're all on the same page. Hey, Mr. Rosebud. Mike, did I say hey to you? I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad that the mom and baby are doing great. I'm glad for that. T-3 and counting. Oh, hey, Mary Beth. I know I'm kind of going a little slow. I'm just a slow person. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Mandy. I'll get in the hang of things. Hey, Hummingbird. Here before too long, I will. I promise. But it's good to see everybody. It's good to see y'all. Hopefully, you guys had some fun today. Hey, Twin Thing. Let me tell you, I had a pretty decent day today. Pretty good day. Hey, Juno. Hey, Dreamcatcher. Hey, Kiwi Mate. Your Kiwi Mate. That life was a total disgrace. The story about how senile dog was funny. Yeah, there was that was about the only funny part. That was a bore fest. I'm not gonna lie. Like, y'all, I watched it for you guys though, because we had a poll. Hey, Chai. Hey, Yuana. Welcome in, everybody. Okay, so hey, Badger Witness. I'll get down to the bottom here. If I didn't say hi to you, hello, welcome in. Hey, Pancakes. If I don't see ya, hey, Cats Live. Hey, Break 5. I always want to say S for the 5. Break Time 5. Hey, Ronan, the voice. Oh, look at this. Okay, I'm gonna get to the bottom. Okay, good. Okay, good to see you guys. Sorry, I didn't realize I had that many people to go through. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. It's good to see you guys. So I took like 3 pages of notes at it was like size 14 too. So I blew it up a little bit for us. So it's probably like 6 pages of notes. I don't know how many pages it is actually now. Let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. I could have taken more probably. Man, it was like I would have rather watched paint dry. I mean, I'm a live reactor or something. So the poll was today I did a poll because I was like, man, I don't want to like force move my light over. Well, maybe not. But I was like, I don't want to force you guys to watch, that live again. I got a sleeping dog on. Araya, you snoring? Are you underwater? Sounds like she's underwater. But I didn't want to like put you guys through that. So I did a poll and I did, do you want to do like true crime updates, like different cases? Do you want to go over the Seth interview? live reaction. Veronica Butler, her autopsy report actually came out, and it came out 6 months early. It's supposed to come out in 6 months from now, and it came out early. And I was reading over that earlier. And then the other one was, do you guys want me to just give you the highlights? And everyone voted, like 55 or 60% or something voted just the highlights. And I'm like, oh, darn, you guys, that means I've got to watch it. Like, and, really not fall asleep or, So, hey, Doodlebug, welcome in. So I was like, I took the notes for y'all. Let's just say that. But I know that I know you guys may have some better notes in your mind than me. So last night, as you guys know, Seth Rogers, if you don't know, he did a live on his channel. Like I said, I did a poll, and you guys said you wanted to collect, discuss it. Just like the key highlights. So I figured that I'm just going to go over the notes I collected, and we will discuss anything that kind of pops up, or if there's anything that you picked up on. I know that a lot of people, I was seeing in comments that a lot of people were picking up on like different things. So, and I know there was a ton of lives today about it. I just didn't watch any of them. It's Saturday. I don't know. If I'm not live on Saturday, I don't really watch lives. I mean, I will, but I'm always like in and out. Like I'll jump in and I'll say, hey, just to show my support. And then I'm usually like right back out. But before we get started, a couple things, because, it does get a little crazy when we talk about Sebastian. This ain't a pick side channel. I just want to make that clear before we get any further. We are here to go over the information that we have that comes out, because that's all we have. We don't have a clue, not one clue on what happened to Sebastian. We have nothing really to go on. So what we do have is a bunch of people acting like a bunch of people would. I don't know. I'm going to read you some stuff from Nick the Hat, and then I'm going to read you some stuff from, or then I'll read you the notes. But everyone's allowed a difference of an opinion. I know that they were not allowing that yesterday in that chat. There was no way. Did anyone try to chat? Did anyone try to go in the chat and actually like chat last night in Seth's live? Because the whole time, which it was beautiful, it was just like a lot of green hearts, and it was like there was no questions being asked. There was no it was just like a hating on Katie and Chris. Hey, good evening, Carl. You tried Twin Thing? They probably kicked you out right as soon as you tried. Yep, that's probably what happened. Okay, I figured. That's why I didn't even try to go in there. Plus, I didn't want to subscribe. I didn't know if you had to or not. I didn't want to go in. I watched it for like 10, 15 minutes before our live, and that's all I had watched. And so I was going to watch it with you guys. And then when you guys were like, hey, you're like, we want you to watch it for us. I'm like, oh man, I'll do it. Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much. Thank you for the $20. Merry Christmas. Merry early Christmas to you as well. It feels like it's Christmas soon. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for supporting the channel. I think it'll go to some sort of Christmas decoration probably for in here. Actually, I know it will, because I saw the biggest poinsettia today I've ever seen in my life at Sam's Club. It was so big. I was like, man, that thing is huge. I used to buy my mom poinsettias, but I thought it was so funny because everything's always so big there. But thank you. Hey, Lily Rose. And hey, Aries. I'm going to say hey to you. Hey, JC. Hey, welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. They blocked. Oh, man, my dirty blockers. Well, we saw the, we put it up on screen, the mods, that were in there. And so BJ, it made me giggle. It made me giggle. And I didn't mean to giggle because, I shouldn't have, but I did. She was like, attention, everybody, or something like that. Mods, attention, the trolls are coming in, or something like that. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, I bet you there is nothing even happening. But like somebody probably asked a decent question. Hello, Spring. You just said the same thing as me. We saw the same comment. We saw the same comment then. And when all of them left. Because remember, we went and I checked. And I checked to see who was participating in the chat still, and there was not one mod. They all left. It was like they all name dropped and then left. I was like, now that's dirty. That's dirty, So they got a brand new flyer. I will give Nick credit. I mean, he knows how to put a flyer together or a thumbnail. He could do mine anytime he wants to. Because I have a feeling that's probably who did that for Seth. I'm assuming, because Bullhorn Betty didn't act like it was her. She was acting like she had nothing to do with any of it other than being a mod. She made it seem like she was going to be on last night. I thought she was going to be on there too. That's when I left. I left shortly after that. I was there for because it started they're live at like 9, but it didn't start till late. And then I had to be over here because we had our live start at 9:35. And I don't leave y'all waiting over here. I should. I'm just kidding. I would never leave y'all waiting. That'd be so mean. But like I said, if you do have a difference of an opinion, just block each other. It helps me out, helps the mods out, helps everybody out. BHB needs to wear a lot of things, and pants is one of them, JC. Blue cake butterfly. That's exactly, yeah. And you know what? That's not really. It's just what they call. That's what they call them. I hate the word troll. Like, when someone's trolling your chat, Rapper trolls the chat. Like he's a troll. You know what I mean? Now, if I were to go into somewhere and ask a question like, why do you feel like Katie and Chris did something to Sebastian? I would be blocked. But that's, in my opinion, I'm being respectful. But if you have any questions like that nope, they'll get you. They'll get you. Thank you, True Crime Lullabies. She's get the 10 memberships. Well, welcome in, everybody. Sin, Jules, Pistol, Amy, Souza, Joanna. Had to see the last one there. Welcome on in, everybody. I know. Aries, man, we got to figure it out. Or we're going to start her favorite troll. Paul, please. We're going to figure something out for you, Aries. But I guess they are looking for photos and videos at the Texas Roadhouse. I don't know if this is at night. I'm assuming it is because they all posted it 7 hours ago. At night, Dog, Nick the Hat, and Jared Lesniak, or Joseph Lesniak, sorry. I'm going to call him Jared all the time because I'm going to get him confused with what's his face. But Joseph, they all posted it like 7 hours ago. I'm like, someone is posting all of this at the same time because there's no way you all are on the phone or all like texting each other. Like, make sure that post gets out, right now. I don't think so anyway. Wouldn't think so. But reward for photos and videos because they heard, and I don't know where this rumor started, that Chris was there with them eating. Well, we've heard from, who was that said that they talked to people at the restaurant and they said, that was, you know who that was? That was Dolly. You know what? I went over and I watched Dolly's last video, and you know why I did that? Because of Brenda. Because Brenda told me I was worse than Dolly or something, or just like Dolly. So she pushed me over there. I went over to Dolly's last video, and I'm going to admit it was hilarious. But he said that he went in the Texas Roadhouse, and it was the same people working, which it is a lot of time. Like, he was like, I was surprised they were still there. And I worked at a seafood restaurant, and the same people worked there for like 10, 15, 20 years. So I can understand that. You make decent tips, you stay where you're at. But he was saying that there was absolutely, like they said absolutely, they thought that he wasn't with them. It was just Katie and Sebastian, and that they had a really good time. It looked like, just like eating like regular people eat, at a restaurant. So I don't know. But I did go over there and watch Dolly. Because Brenda said I and then I heard somebody else say Dolly did a live and it was pretty good. It was like a shorter live. It was like 36 minutes or something. And so I just went over there to listen in. But I thought it was it was funny. It had me kind of giggling in the store. Because he is out there. So Hendersonville, Tennessee is where they're seeking the video and photos taken inside Texas Roadhouse. Did anybody having a birthday party there that day? I mean, that'd be cool. You can get some money for your birthday pictures. At Night is seeking photographs and or videos taken inside Texas Roadhouse, located at 309 Indian Lake Boulevard, Hendersonville, on or around February 25th, 2024, between 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. Oh, okay. Yeah, it'd be a certain time. A reward ranging from $500 to $5,000 per photo/video is being offered for relevant submissions. So anybody that's in there, those are their busiest hours, 5 to 11. Okay, that's they're on an hour wait probably, and they're offering anybody that took pictures in there $500 for their picture during those times. That's what it's saying right here. A reward ranging from $500 to $5,000 per photo. Better be sending photos. Hey, Pan Ann, I meant to say hi to you a little bit ago. I'm sorry. Hey, Kiki loves you. Welcome in, everybody. So it says here that it says send them to litigation at night.agency and call 844-922-3236 for consideration. Okay. All tipsters and submissions will remain confidential. We are specifically looking for footage that may feature Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, his family, or their friends during their dinner on the night he vanished. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers had his last known meal here on that fateful night, joined by a group of individuals, including his mother, Katie Proudfoot. 500 to 5K. Text tips and info related to Texas Roadhouse. Okay, at Night and Dog. Oh, the fireplace is behind me. If you're talking about mine, I moved some stuff. I need to move it back. Hey, Proud Mimi. Yeah, Night Star. Let's get one. We won't. I won't say nothing. We'll just, Oh, let me look. Hold on, Bob. Ooh. I guess silvers don't have the personality like Dolly, huh? Red Lobster. You got that right. I worked there for 5 years of my whole life. 5 wonderful years. Made a crap ton of money. I always will like that place. I always love it there. But Texas Roadhouse, it's pretty nice. Hey, Cheryl. I think Dolly can be pretty funny. I watch him. I think he's pretty good at this platform. I've only watched 2 videos of Dolly. I'm not gonna lie. And both of them, one of them he was so funny. It wasn't about a case. It was about a case, but it was about Karen Reed and it was about Turtle Boy and stuff. And I was on the floor. I was done, son. I mean, it made me laugh so hard. I think I actually commented on that one because it was so funny. I was like, you made my whole night. Like, I needed that video at the time. And then this one was just about, nothing really in particular felt like, but just, he went to Texas Roadhouse. He talked about how, I guess, YouTube journey. So. Oh no, Aries, not looking good for world peace. Hey, we're not in 2025 yet. But my damn calendar is, I didn't know about. Thought it was 2024, 2025 calendar, and I got it the wrong one. So I'm like, oh, I noticed that today. Anyways, so this is for immediate release. And this is from, let me see. This is from the other day. This is from the 21st. So I wanted to read this to you before we went into reading my notes. Sorry. I can't get like a comfortable spot with the chair and the desk. I can't do it yet. So it said this Friday, at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at night in association. Oh, wait, let me gotta read the top. So, scandal in Sumner, a father's truth unveiled. Where is Sebastian Rogers? I need them to start doing my lines, my titles and everything. Just do them all. Misha, she does. Ooh. At night and okay, so it says this Friday at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern at night in association with One World Media presents an exclusive live discussion with Seth Rogers. Father of missing teen Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, 15. And Tony L. Mathis, Mr. Rogers' national spokesperson for the case. So, where was that night? Where was Nick the Hat? Where was Hong? I was expected to see a picture of Hong throughout this. Didn't see him. I want to know where he's at. I'm curious. Oh, Crimson Moon, you've been a member for 2 months. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Next month, your arm will change color. Serious? You've been a member for 9 months. Look at that. Oh, that's so awesome. I love using my timelines. Oh, no, I'm not you. My phone heard me. Sorry. Right, Aries? Yeah, Nick was in chat, but that was it. Yeah. So it says, for the first time, Seth Rogers will pull back the curtain and face America directly, sharing a raw and unfiltered account of the first 30 days following his son's disappearance. I'm going to get me Chat GPT to do mine when I do my video for myself. Viewers will gain unprecedented insight into how the investigation reached a breaking point by April and how professional police work was overshadowed by missed opportunities, missteps, and chaos. Did you see any of that on that live last night? Because I didn't see it on it today. This broadcast is not just a plea for help. I did hear a plea for help, I guess, but a call to action. Actually, I heard him talk bad about Sumner County police. Probably not smart if that's who's looking for your child, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. As Seth Rogers provides a glimpse into the devastating realities of searching for his son while navigating obstacles that no parent should face. Navigating obstacles that no parent should face, like working with Bullhorn Betty. Like that. Oh, Bob, thank you. Bob just gifted out 20 memberships, guys. Thank you so much. That's very kind. It's very, very kind. Thanks, Bob. Merry Christmas to me, I guess, huh, Bob? Bob's like, she earned it. You should see my notes. Thank you so much. That's so very, very kind. I wonder what the navigating obstacles. Oh no, I'm just feeling like that's something. Licensing and broadcast notice, restreaming of this oh, hold on. Look at this. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh, but it's called fair use. It's called commentary. And if people pause and they put their own commentary on something, you can't say this. Licensing and broadcast notice. Restreaming of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without prior written permission. Television networks, streaming platforms, and national broadcasters must secure appropriate licenses unless previously granted blanket coverage by At Night Media or One World Media. For licensing inquiries, please contact license@atnightmedia.com. I bet you they're like, yeah, if you give us $500,000 retainer. So, does he not know what fair use is? Like, I mean, you know? I know, isn't Bob the best? Bob, you the best. Thank you. Hello, spring. I'm sure NBC has submitted their written request. You can use me for Harry said. I'm fair use. This is crazy. He does bully and threaten. I'm gonna fix my chair. We're gonna do something here. We're gonna figure this out. Oh, it's because I'm almost on the floor. That's why. There we go. Maybe this is a little better. Let's see. Yeah, who knows? This does feel better. I let you hide in here. We're all hiding. We are all hiding. So, let's go to my notes here. They had some questions at the end as well. So we'll go over those. If anybody decides that they want to come up, I did pin the link. I'll throw the link in the chat because you guys have all seen this live. I mean, so did I, but you guys saw it. And sometimes your brains catch things that my brain does not catch. I tried to just put down just the facts, just as they were saying it. You know, a couple times you'll see in parentheses, I'll say something like a note to myself. But I try to not be too one-sided. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't think Seth had anything to do with anything that happened with Sebastian per se. But I just want to make that clear because a lot of people will say, like Brenda, that I hate Seth or something, and that couldn't be further from the truth. So, you know, but if, like I said, if anyone wants to come up, just let me know, especially if you've seen the interview. And if you have any questions, put a green heart before the question. Like if it's about the case or whatever. And then I will at least star it so I can, you know, pin it for like, and I'll get to it at the end if I can't get to it. Right at the time, you know, right in the moment. So Seth Rogers live. Seth starts the live around 5 minutes in with a prayer on missing children. Tony explains that tonight they are going to be talking about Seth's POV the day that Sebastian disappeared. And in the prayer, he does state that there's 600,000 missing children. And oh, you okay? I looked up the numbers and that wasn't really correct. So, but who am I? You okay, Mia? I might have to let her out the door. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go out there and get Vincent. I was like, her belly was bothering her a little bit earlier, so I think she has to just go outside, maybe eat some grass. You know how dogs are. Sometimes they just need to eat some grass to make their bellies like feel better. My poor girl. But Tony explains that tonight, like they're going to talk about, you know, Seth's POV, and you find out later on that they're going to do more and more of these. So it's like they're just getting started. If you do go to Seth's About Me section, actually, let me show you that real quick. I mean, that's pretty important. I mean, it says a lot without saying a lot. Okay. So if I had an About Me section and my kid was missing, and I'm not judging at all. I'm judging a little. I'd probably have like, you know, his name, his characteristics, his height, weight, who to call if they seen him, things like that, That's probably what I would have, like, in my about me section. That's just that would just be what I would have. But if you're Seth Rogers, you have Sebastian Wayne will be found and returned to me. My son is my grace, and God protect my child during this ordeal. Donation purposes. Doesn't give us the purpose why, but PayPal and Cash App. I don't even have a Cash App. Dang. But I'm just like, that's the first thing. Actually, let's go back over there. That's all they have recall of the first 30 days, etc. That's a good okay, so your thumbnails are awesome. Your titles could be, but not this one. But you need to fix that. You could be putting all of his characteristics right here. Sebastian Wayne, Drake Rogers, missing from Sumner County. Am I just not seeing that? No, it's just not there. No, just not there. Seth states that his day was just like any other day, that he went to work at 6 because he aimed to be there for that time every day. He said he didn't realize it would be he said he didn't realize it would be his last normal night. I put that in parentheses. Right. He said, oh yeah, Tony cuts in and starts talking about the day he went missing and brought up Katie, and had brought up Katie and had called the jail, like how she hadn't called the jail was supposed to say. Sorry, there may be spelling errors or grammatical errors. But he brought up like the reason, like he was like, why didn't Katie call the jail and get a hold of you that way? And he's like, well, I don't know. I gave her a list of all the numbers and all the pods to call. Like, I mean, in my humble opinion, she probably was waiting for him to get off work, knew she couldn't get a hold of him, and was trying to find Sebastian in the meantime. I think she thought Sebastian wasn't that far from the house at first. I don't think any parent does. I think any parent who wakes up and their child is not in the home, they think, okay, their child's somewhere in the home. So they check the home and they're like, okay, where would he go? Like, what's going on here? Like, I think you'd have a bit of shock before the panic would come. You know what I mean? I don't think it'd be very long before the panic would come, but I think you'd have a few minutes of shock there. But that's just me. So, Seth said that he was in the garage talking with coworkers that day. He gets in his car and has a phone call and a text from Chris Proudfoot. He said they knew I was at work and he wanted to know why they didn't call his job. Tony chimes in, backing that up, but he has no experience. But he has no experience in this. He has, he's like, yeah, they should have called you at work, blah, blah, blah. He has no experience in knowing what to do. I mean, and they did call and they texted him. He said that Chris said, don't get mad. And they made sure to repeat that a couple of times. He was upset that they didn't call his work, but he says when he pulled up to their house that he sat in the truck for 10 minutes or so looking around to see what was going on. So yeah, he gets so upset that they didn't call inside of his work so that he could be paged, so he could get there faster. Because when he gets there, he sits in the car and looks around and sees what he says. I'm just checking out the cops and seeing what the investigators are doing. I'm just watching them. So, I mean, that could be a little shock for him. He said that people with drones and dogs were there, and he was upset because they were tracing through the crime scene. Well, if they have drones and they have dogs, they're going to be going through this said crime scene. It's not really a crime scene if no crime occurred, but they wouldn't be in the yard, they wouldn't be in the house or doing the drones, they wouldn't be having the dogs, in and out of the house. So that was one. Yeah, Faith. It seems like that, right? I try to not. I just sometimes some of the stuff that Seth says is just, you know. Oh, I didn't share my audio. Yeah, I wish I would know exactly when that was because I know he said crime scene. Because he said tracing through the crime scene. Why would he say that? Because I don't see me saying that because I don't think there was a crime that occurred. He was able to walk right into the house when he was out in his truck. They probably told law enforcement, "Hey, that's Sebastian's dad." Okay, so I put that. So Tony said something like, "Were you able just to walk right on in and measly just walk on in not without anybody stopping you?" And he said, "Yeah, I just walked right in. No one stopped me and asked me for anything." My assumption is though that maybe when he pulled up, Chris, or I think Chris wasn't there at the time. So Katie saw it and maybe told the officers off. Maybe there was a group of officers that were standing there and she was like, "Hey guys, that's my ex-husband. That's Sebastian's father." Maybe they just didn't want to get in his way. They just wanted to let him kind of have his minute to talk to Katie because, sometimes they need a minute. Dads need a minute. Sometimes they come in hot because they don't know. They don't know what else to do, how to do it. And that's why they're dads. Where are we at? When he walked in, he said he saw all of his shoes. So I was under the impression that Katie had counted the shoes and that's who knew that Sebastian's shoes were all at home. Because I thought I heard her say that on an interview. But I didn't get a chance to go back and watch every interview that Katie was on. So I thought that she said she was the one that knew about the shoes, but I guess Seth is saying that he saw that all of his shoes were there. I don't know. It said that Katie shoved the phone in his face with the picture of Sebastian. That was when she said he was fine. I think that she may have done that to reassure herself. Look, he was fine right here. Look, I don't know. That's how I see it, but I wasn't there. I don't know, but that's kind of how I see it. Hey, Wizard Walt. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Otto. Hey, Pistol Amy. Yeah, he looked to the left and saw all of his shoes. Yep, Carl. Yeah. Because I thought that someone said something to Katie, if he would have, maybe it was Nancy or something, if he would have gotten rid of a pair, would you have known? I don't know. Maybe I was just dreaming that. Hey, PB&J. Welcome on in. Welcome in, everybody. Come on in, put your feet up, take a seat, take a load off. We're going over the notes. If you're just now joining us, I did it for you guys. Instead of having you guys watch the interview or the live that Seth did, the live that he did last night, I took notes. I watched it today for you guys and I took notes. And that's what we're going over right now are the notes that I took. And then before we went over the new post from Nick at Night, I was going to start calling him Nick at Night because, Nick and then the at night. So that works. So Nick at Night, put out a post that they're wanting surveillance photos or like any photos that were taken at the Texas Roadhouse on the night that Sebastian was there. So they want those, and they said they're willing to pay $500 to $5,000 per photo or video. So I wonder if they really would actually dish out any money if you could see just the back of Sebastian's head and not Katie at all, or vice versa, something like that. Like, I don't know. Or I wonder if they pay out if it was just a picture of Katie and Sebastian and it's the same one that everybody's been circulating, or looks so much like it, like the one that they have when they had ate there before. Like if it looks so much like that picture, maybe they wouldn't want it. I don't know. Seth made it there before Chris. He did remind to tell us that. He said when the cops weren't telling him anything, he didn't ask the cops. They just he expected them to walk up and just explain things to him, and I think they were so busy looking, that he probably should have walked up and maybe looked. But so he said the cops weren't telling him anything. He didn't ask. So he left in his truck to go around and scream out the window, not knowing, any direction to even go. Girl, thank you. Girl just gifted 5 memberships. We're going to have all kinds of new members over here. Welcome on in, members and new members, and make sure you're thanking everybody. Got a lot of new members tonight. I think like 35 already. Wow. That's a lot. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. That really means the world to me. That really means a lot. That helps so much. So when asked about if Katie would normally do all of the things that they did over the weekend, he said that he thinks that would be too much for him, that when he took him bowling one time, he looked miserable. Then he makes it out to seem like it was when Katie took him bowling, because the conversation was, Tony said, does Katie normally do all those things with Sebastian? What do you mean all those things? They went bowling and they went out to eat and they went to like the Costco or whatever. Like that's a lot. I don't know. I don't think that's a lot of things. I mean, I don't think that that's going to hurt somebody with autism to go to those 3 different places. But he said it. He was like, well, I know when I took a picture of him or I got a picture of him, he looked miserable. His hands were in his pockets. And then Tony was like, yeah, wasn't that on the Saturday? And then Seth said something else. That it was just a really weird part of the conversation. But I think that Seth wanted to make it look like it was Katie. But if he had any pictures of Sebastian bowling or any pictures of him over that weekend, wouldn't you think that he would have shown them by now? Like we would have seen them. And we've only seen the one optimism one. So I don't know. He said he could have times where he has his ups and downs and his emotions. So he said he could have times where, his emotions are up and down. And that's a trait of being autistic. He said that he gets grief for letting Sebastian do things over at his house that he wasn't allowed to do at home. And I agree that you should get grief. If I was a divorced parent, I would expect us to come up with a set of rules if we need to sit down and make them up together that we're both going to abide by. Just common decency rules, right? Or let's say one parent doesn't let their kid on the internet only at a certain time when they're watching, and the other parent's just like willy-nilly, like, here you go, buddy. I'm cool. Then like those things, that's not good communication skills for one. For 2, that's going to hurt the child in the long run because you're going to have one parent enabling the child while one parent is disciplining the child. So he's going to end up hating like Katie, loving Seth, but then in the long run, he's going to realize when he's older, my age, and he's going to look back and he's going to say, well, damn, should have listened to my mother. I'm just saying your mom's always right. Tony cuts in talking about Seth letting Sebastian use a phone. Seth said he told the Proudfoots, can you at least unlock his calculator so that he could use that? You cannot parental lock a calculator. I looked it up. No, you cannot directly lock down the standard calculator app on a phone. You can download other apps that are like, that you can hide stuff into those apps and that look like calculator apps, but you can't lock down a calculator app. It worked for you guys, true crime? See, I don't know. I think we'd have to have the same rules. But I guess if you know, you just don't get in trouble with either parent's house, just be respectful. Yeah, Austin D, there is. Yeah. But he's talking about just regular calculator. He was just talking about the regular calculator app. He was like, can you at least unlock the calculator app? I asked them that because like he needs to do math. They don't let you have that on your phone at school. You can have it in your book bag, but you can't have it out in math class doing some math on it. So he don't need a calculator app. Why does he need a calculator app for? He probably has a calculator at home. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's just me being petty. So the reason why the phone was locked down to begin with was because Sebastian was playing games on his phone too much, and they caught him watching YouTube videos when he was supposed to be asleep. And those were Seth's own words. Like, that's kind of why the phone was locked down. You can only go on certain apps and get, do certain things. Because he was playing too many games, probably getting in trouble at school if he had it at school. And he got caught watching YouTube videos late at night. And it didn't sound like it was one-time occasion either. So Seth goes back to the house and Chris still isn't there. But Kathy was there, he said. He said that he doesn't feel comfortable around Katie and her family and that she drug him through the dirt. He said he would ask the detectives about Sebastian and then he would leave the house again. So he basically would show up there. He didn't feel like he was welcomed at the house, even though we heard he was there for like 3 days straight before. But he would just go there, show up, I guess, pull up in his truck or whatever, go talk to the officer, ask him if they found anything. Nope. Okay, I'm going to go back to my car. I'm going to go out and start traveling around again, yelling out the window Sebastian's name. Seth told the investigators that he wouldn't be going out in the woods and looking, that he was just going to scream from his car. And he did say that. Like him and Bullhorn. No wonders why they're good buddies. They both like to yell at, from the car. Oh, really? Their phone calculators in school? They better not be. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to. I didn't have a phone, though. Wish I could. They probably do let them do it, though, now, because they're just like, I feel like it's easier. School's easier. They make it easier. He went back to the house and Chris was there. And then he said the cops wanted to talk to him. So like they were more open with him, he said, after Chris was there. He said that if he didn't run away, that he would be going to Seth's house. So he said he asked if they could pull footage and they told him that would take too long. Now, I don't see an officer saying that. Like you saying, can you pull this footage? Even if they are thinking that, like, wow, no, it would take way too long to pull this footage. We cannot possibly do that. I don't think you're going to say that to a father. that's missing his child. I think you're going to say, let me see what I can do. That's just my personal thing. Maybe Ellie needs to take some advice from me then. Maybe Craddock needs to take some advice from old TitaniumBuilt. At 1:30, the cops asked to come over to Seth's house. So he says Ellie tore up his son's bedroom. He was pissed about this. Because he was like, when he walked into Katie and Chris's, like when he walked into Sebastian's room at Katie's house, his bed was unmade. There was a little bit of clothes on the floor, and he's like, and his switch was plugged in on the floor, and that was it. Which I'm surprised the switch was in the bedroom plugged in, unless Katie put it in there and plugged it in so it would be charged for when Sebastian came back. I don't see her letting him have it in the bedroom at night after he has to go to bed. Do you know what I mean? That would just be like giving him a phone. He could just play on his switch. So he says Ellie asked to take his devices. He said he told him, okay. They took his PlayStation 4 out of the living room and Sebastian's PlayStation 4 out of his room, out of his bedroom. And that's the first I heard confirmation of the two devices, like the two different PlayStations. Because he had always said something like, yeah, we played on the same console, but he would play like one game and I'd play another, and the games weren't meant for one console. So that's two. Also seized was a tablet and a Switch. So I guess he had a Switch at his mom and his dad's house. He says that they didn't take Katie and Chris's devices, complained the cops had his phone for 12 hours, but they took Katie and Chris's also. He said he couldn't reach his parents because the 12 hours, couldn't find another phone. I don't know. Like before you give your phone over to the cops, you could, if you didn't have your parents' number, you could say, hey, I need to jot down some phone numbers out of my phone really quick. Do you mind? You could sit right here and watch me. They'd say no problem. They'd let you do that. Cops know people don't like memorize people's phone numbers anymore, not like they used to, not like we used to have to. Do you guys remember that? Everyone remember that? We used to have to memorize phone numbers. I do. I had the best memory. I still remember my old phone number. Like growing up, I still remember it. Where were we at? Oh, he said he called to complain to Chris about he called to complain to Chris that he couldn't watch the news because they had his PlayStation still. He asked him about his alibi. They told him his work and that it was verified. They told us, I meant to say his work told him, and it was verified, that it was verified. After the first day, he would go to the command center instead of over to Chris and Katie's house. He said he saw that they were treating Katie and Chris differently than him. So this is what I don't get, because he does say after the first day he would go to the command center, but he was at Chris and Katie's house, he said, for the first few days. So I got a little confused. Tony spent a lot of time on his phone during this live. His head was down half the time. He was trying to be sneaky. He is not good at being sneaky on his phone. He should not even try. He shouldn't even try. And then Seth kept going off camera. Not even just going off camera, like completely exiting the studio. Like he was removing himself like this. Like I had to look around my cup, but I was like, what is going on? Oh my gosh, Austin D. Yes, it was. Yeah. The man who's helping to find us. I said that at the beginning of the live, Austin. And yeah. And I have it. I have notes about that too coming up. Because, yeah, Suze, he was switching some stories. He switched the first part of it too. I just can't remember exactly what was switched. Like when I heard it last night, I was like, like that. And, I was like, wait a minute. So I have to go back and think. Right, Badger Witness? Tony is obnoxious. Did Tony look like he looked smaller or like had a filter on or something? Blue cake butterfly, you're absolutely right. I mean, I absolutely. You don't do that ever. 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 like like that stuff isn't even like cool for the back of the kitchen at a freaking restaurant. Do you know what I mean? Like that would even be going too far. Like talking like that and being like that there. Like you know what I mean? I'm trying to think of like, but yeah, it was bad. Um but Tony, yeah, spent a lot of time on the phone. Tony tries to say that he worked on national cases. Let me let my dogs back in. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry. Lots of puppy claws. Get in your beds. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I thought they were going to be good. Okay, one's going to her bed. Cool. I think the other one has a bellyache. Hope she's feeling better. I think she is. She's smelling her bed. Okay. Seth said that Agent Simmons told them all not to do interviews. Like, so in the beginning, that's why they weren't doing any interviews. So people kept saying, well, they didn't do any interviews. Why didn't they do any interviews? I guess that the agent that was in charge of their case, and if they're calling him agent, I'm assuming that's FBI, TBI or something. They told him not to do any interviews in the beginning. She's laying down, so that's good. They remarked on Nick Bear's, I spelled his last name wrong, sorry, not being a human because he put out the light video. So I don't know if that video has some more meaning to it or not, if Seth is so mad about it. Like, I don't know why you'd be so mad about a video if you know it's a trash truck. And Betty's calling it a trash truck. Everyone's calling it a trash truck. I don't know what the hell it is. I couldn't tell you what it is. I mean, I have one eyeball and I can't see over. I don't do overlays. So, I mean, but like, it's just weird. Like, Nick Beers was the first reporter, like one of the first reporters to report on Sebastian. And I don't think Nick did anything with malice. I really don't. I don't think he did. They talked about searching and how they would be able to stay away from the camera, but they would have to be there and be searching. So Tony kept saying, yeah, like I could stay away from behind the camera or like in front of a camera, but I would have to search for my missing child. That makes no damn sense because they are on so many cameras and they're never caught searching. But he tried to say that about 4 times. If this happened, we'd all be out there searching, but we wouldn't be behind the cameras while on a live. Didn't search while they were there. Didn't hear about any searching. Maybe they'll search tomorrow. I mean, maybe they search today. Maybe we'll see some footage. Seth had 2 phones. One had service and the other he would use for Wi-Fi only. They would watch creepypastas and cook together. That's what he said about Sebastian and himself. Creepypastas can be freaking scary. I'm 30 some years old, right? And that's what we're going to go with nowadays. I'm 20 some years old. I'm 30 some years old. And creepypastas creep me out. Like some of them are creepy. No wonders why he ain't sleeping. Seth uses the one phone for Wi-Fi to help him sleep. He listens to creepypastas while he goes to sleep. Now I ain't gonna hate on the man for that because I do the same thing. I don't watch creepypastas. I listen to like creepy stories. So I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie about that. I've always liked scary books though like that. Like, I was like the R.L. Stine girl, you know? I read all of the, not the Goosebumps, but the other series. All 700 books or whatever he had of those. R.L. Stine. Fear Street. That's what they were. I should go get me some more of those. They probably still scare me. They scared me back then. He didn't buy him the Switch to be online. He said that the detectives told him that they couldn't either, so they couldn't find any, remnants of Sebastian being online on that Nintendo Switch that they took. Seth says a lot in this interview. I told you this already when he's talking about the cops. The cops will come back and say something and he'll be like, yeah, I told you that. Yeah, I told you that. Yeah, I could do the sheriff's job better than him. I'm not going to say that. That's mean. But I'm just going to say I think their sheriff is a good sheriff. I think I don't think that anybody should be talking bad about Sheriff Craddock if he's really trying, and it seems like he is. I mean, he can't go off of something he doesn't have. That's the only thing. At one point, all 4 family members were there, meaning 4 family members, KP, CP, and the Bowerstocks. That was day 2. They were conversing about what jewelry to buy on their next vacation. He said they acted like they didn't care. I think that if they were doing that, and I would say this about Seth too. Like, I think maybe they were looking at something to try to keep their mind off of what was going on. They were just trying to maybe get ready for their day. Like, they were just at the command post. I don't know. It is a little weird, but I've said weirder things under trauma, so I can't really judge anybody too much, I guess. Other than I haven't said anything sexual or done any of that stuff. So that's where the line is drawn. So he said he just left and he went to look for him again. And why wouldn't he ask about that conversation when it was happening? Like, that's my thing. If it was such a big deal, right? Oh, clutch my pearls. They were having a conversation about buying jewelry on vacation when they went, right? If that was me and my son was missing, I would be like, knock, knock, y'all. What the hell are you guys doing? Why aren't we out looking? Right? Like, wouldn't you stop the conversation right then and there when it's happening? I would. I would. If it happened, I would have. They're going to start doing these lives, and they're going to go from day 3, day 4, day 5, etc., of Seth's point of view. And I mean this, in my opinion, money grab. In my opinion. He has 23,000 views on that video. He had 4.6K people watching that Boarfest. I'm sorry, because there was nothing about Sebastian in there. In my humble opinion. If it was been about Sebastian, I would have been like all about it. I'd have been like, let's watch that. But it wasn't. He said that none of them have emotion, meaning like the Bowerstocks and the Proudfeet. So Proudfoot family don't have them. Bowerstocks don't have them. No one has emotion other than Seth. Since April, he has passed leads and no one would call him back. He had to text the detective. The detective said he liked text better because he would have a transcript of it, which makes sense. I guess, but I would want to talk on the phone. So I can understand that, why Seth would be a little upset about that. I would want to talk on the phone as well. Talk to me on the phone as a man to man. Let me know what's going on with my kid. He said the cops said they were playing the what if game. What if you paid someone to kidnap your son? And he makes a dumb statement after that too. Do you believe that the officer said that to him? That would be something they would say, I feel like, in an interrogation. Like, what if you paid someone to kidnap your son? I don't believe that. I don't believe that the officers, because if they thought that, they just told the guy they are looking for him. Or they're looking at that angle. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense as an investigator. To say we're playing the what if game. Well, what if Katie kidnapped him? and took him somewhere and hid him out? What if Chris kidnapped him and took him somewhere and hid him out? You know what I mean? Like, I just I don't get that. Okay, so, let's see here. When Nick came along, Tony said that the team was split on whether or not to bring him on. Seth was against it, and Tony was for them coming in. So Tony called Nick, just happened to have his number handy, you know. And he said that Nick recorded the call. Trust, you know. First thing happened, dog jumped on the phone. So he just happened to be with Nick. Dog the bounty hunter just happened to be with Nick at the same time that Tony Mathis calls Nick to order him, hey, can we order your services for Seth Rogers? That's unbelievable. Right? Sues me too. Right, Juno? Nothing made sense. And no, none of it did. So if you're sitting here tonight and you're going, man, this girl doesn't make no damn sense. Hey, it's not me. I'm literally reading you back everything they said pretty much. Oh yeah, then Dog was talking about the truth serum. Guess it was a game and they failed because we all found out. Yeah. Dog keeps in touch with Seth and that makes him feel good since Sumner County isn't telling him everything that they are doing. Seth said he gave Sumner County's Chris McDonough's. Okay, so he says he gave Sumner County Chris McDonough's information and they still haven't reached out. Why would they? Why would the investigators reach out to anybody? Like, I mean, if Chris McDonough wants to come on, he can do that on his own. He owns the Cold Case Foundation or whatever. He runs it or whatever. So you don't need Sumner County for that. But questions at the end of the live. Tony asked Seth, why haven't, oh man, I really butchered this. Never mind. We haven't asked the right questions to find Sebastian yet. And what did he mean by that? He said that because he wanted questions from the public that he hadn't thought of yet, is what he said. Tony asked the lab, they asked about Chris McDonough and what he thought. Thought he was working with him. I don't know why I said that. So Tony straight said that there was no scent. Oh my God, there was. Yeah. So he was like, there's no scent. I hope that when they do these POVs, they go back and they get the correct information for day 3, day 4, day 5, because I'll be right behind them with day 4, day 5, with the lives. I'll watch them if I have to. I'll watch them all again because I want to know. I mean, I know that there was a scent trail because there was the dog that went to the retention pond. We all know that. But why does Tony keep saying that? Like he knows something. He don't know anything. Right, Doodlebug? Yeah. They won't correct the info. No, they won't, Austin. It's going to be like a shit fest. I mean, they're not going to correct info. Nick is still 12. He has a lot of emojis he messes with. They went over the cameras and we know that the houses are too far away from the road to pick up a person, especially in all black. They could possibly pick up a car, but they're not going to pick up a person in black. They're just too far from the house. The houses are set back in the road too far. And then he went off about Craddock. Wasn't he the cop that was playing the music, trying to get Sebastian to come out, doing all the extras? Yep, he sure was doing all the extras. I know, Otto. Oh, thanks about the 100K. Man, I know sky's the limit. We have like 20 some hundred on our other little channel. I know, I do too, Carl. Well, I guess what's his face came in here one night. Nick. What's that guy's name? Let me see this. Oh, let me show the grandbaby. Let me see. Sometimes it'll. There we go. Sometimes it'll only pop up one picture at a time. So we'll do this. And then I'll look on Twitter again. Okay. Dark will almost show the sweet baby. Little new baby we got. Look at this. Okay, I'll show this. This one looks like the first picture. Oh, look how little. Look how big that hat looks on him. That's adorable. That's adorable. Gotta make you smile at the end of the live a little bit. Always gonna be a Tennessee fan. That's cute. That's really cute. That must be mama. Babies always look so different. Oh, he's so cute. He's adorable. Congratulations. He's gonna be he's gonna be the next football player. I know, so tiny, huh? Very cute, guys. Oh, he's very cute. Let's see, where was I? Let's see if Seth put anything on his community wall. You know, like a thank you or something. 8 hours ago, see something, say something for Sebastian Wayne, Drake Rogers. Be blessed, everyone. And then he just put the at night thing here. And then his prayer. Okay. Very cute. Congratulations on the baby. I'm glad she has friends. She seems very strong. But I know she's, not right now. I know, isn't that cute? Babies are fun. I always think maybe if I do it within the next couple of years. Babies are weird. Babies are weird. They like the most random things. I remember my nephew, he loved ceiling fans. Only thing to calm the kid down, ceiling fan. Just let him look. So I'm going to go back over to Twitter really quick and see if there's anything we missed. Oh, wait, I thought there was a... Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about here. He's going after, so Nick the Hat's going after SF again, pretty hardcore, but he's pulling up posts from like 2022. It's like, what? What? It says, I don't care if you're a millionaire, billionaire, or I don't even know who this is. Janie Santana. If you're doing what you shouldn't be doing, and I find out, well, good luck. You'll need it. What's that supposed to mean? And then the San Fran doxed, and he doesn't even know it yet when, I don't know, learns the lawsuit that the clowns filed against him won't be worth the paper it's written on. You can sue someone for doxing you only to do it back to them with fake accounts. Or you can't sue someone for doxing you. So I don't know who's suing him for doxing. I don't know. But yeah, yeah. Anything good over here? No. I thought maybe it might be something. I don't know what JLR is talking about there. Dog's reaction to seeing the owner after 6 months. I can't turn the music up, but look at that dog. He's like scared. Look, he's like, is that really you? Oh, look at the tail. Oh, that's so sweet. This is what I look at on my you can't even see it. You can't even see what I was looking at. It was so sweet. It was a little doggy going to its little owner. Let me pull it up. I'll go back so you can see it. But he's like really scared, and then he like I didn't put the music on because it's a song that will get me copyright, but look at it. Like not sure. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's so cute. This is what I look at on TikTok. I know I forgot to pull it up. I'm sorry, guys. Thought I threw it up on there, but I didn't. This little doggy, that's what I was watching. So happy. So happy. That's how our dogs are when we come back from vacation. Or if we even go to the store, our dog, I've got to remind myself to record her. She makes this screaming noise. I ain't never heard a dog scream. Have you ever heard a dog scream? They can do it. It's crazy. I know, Darkle. It's like, I want to pet that dog too. It kind of reminds me of my Araya because it has that pit in her. Or him. Okay. Yeah, I have the most random stuff on my Twitter, but I follow like 5 people. Maybe that's why. Is it? Look at this bear. Bro saw the honey and began applauding. What? Look. This ain't real life. This isn't real life. This ain't real. Look, like, don't you get me. You would never catch me that close. I'm just kidding. I probably would. I'd be dumb enough. The bear was clapping. Look at it clapping. Okay, I had to show that one more time. That's super funny. That's super funny. Okay. That's what I watch whenever I'm not on the true crime stuff that I watch. I really don't watch a lot of other channels true crime anymore, just for the fact that if I'm covering the case, like, I don't know, I just have to, like, I have to cover it on my channel. So I don't know. I've just been real weird I've been more selective, I guess. Now there are a couple creators that I really love, and they're covering cases I just don't follow right now, and I can't wait for them to, start covering cases that I do follow with them again. But thank you guys for being here. If you guys don't mind taking a second, hit the like button. It does help me in the algorithm, helps the video, helps the channel. It was great seeing so many people in here tonight, so many new faces. Let me throw this in the chat one more time. If anyone wants to become a member of our wonderful channel, I'll paste that in there. And I want to thank Bob for the $20 super chats and the 20 gifted memberships. That was very kind, Bob. Thank you if you're still in here. True Crime Lullabies gifted 10 memberships. Crimson Moon's been a member for 2 months. Sirius Black's been a member for 9 months. And Gone Girl gifted 5 memberships. So I appreciate that so much, guys. It means a lot. It will help the channel immensely. So I will see you guys all tomorrow. Same place, same time. I might come on though for an earlier live. You never know. On the weekends, it's like a hit or a miss, because I got Vincent here, So we usually will like eat breakfast together, and then we'll just like hang out, and then sometimes we'll eat lunch together. We do everything together, you know what I mean? And that's what we do. So if I get a chance to be able to hang out with him, I take it. I take it. So it looks like the dog's doing okay. They're doing good. So thank you guys again for being here tonight. I do appreciate it so much. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We had like, I think it was like 32% of people that watched didn't subscribe or something, or maybe it was higher. I don't know, but it was, we need to get it better. I don't know. We just need everyone to subscribe. But thank you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day if I don't see you. Hopefully the weather's pretty nice where you guys are. Bye, guys.